from Christmas. 5:08 is your time on this Monday morning. Just wanted to show you, if you are one of the folks heading out to B&A early this morning, you are not alone. This top lane right here from our T-Dot Smart Weather camera is the one going into Nashville International this morning. Just a heads up, this is the last peak day for travel rush the airport is expecting to see for the next few days. They're not expecting any kind of record-breaking numbers, they say, but this is a trend we've been following throughout the weekend. It's going to slow down for a little bit starting tomorrow, then pick back up again on Friday, the day after Christmas. We're going to have some more tips on if you are headed to the airport a little bit later in the show. If you're heading on the roads early this morning, here's what it looks like. No crashes as of right now. Hopefully it stays that way for all of our travels. AAA is saying anytime, if you can gather the troops, gather the kiddos, and get out the door before 10 a.m., that's going to help you the most. Getting anywhere around Tennessee today, they say between 11 and a little bit later tonight around 7 is the worst time to travel. Just going to be a lot of congestion out there. Headache free before 10 a.m. if you can do it. I'll have more details about travel in the air and on the roads coming up throughout the show. Stick with us. This traffic report brought to you by Middle Tennessee Honda. Nick. Into B&A today, and then just really throughout the rest of the year for holiday travel. And if you're someone that doesn't really go to the airport often, there are some tips that they have passed along just to make your experience a little bit easier. Of course, today is one of the last days that we've been watching for peak travel. Friday, the day after Christmas, is another peak travel day. But again, if you are going and you're used to that 216A, that's the main exit with the big B&A letters, they say you can always take the one past that 216B. I sound like a broken record around the holidays always saying this, but that one's going to get you to the airport into there faster, and then also going along Murfreesboro, Donaldson Pike. If you're picking up loved ones, they always say just make sure to utilize the cell phone awaiting lot down Murfreesboro Pike. It's about a 7-minute drive from the airport, which can be really frustrating for some, but using that, taking advantage of that, and just making sure you're not circling really helps that traffic, because we saw last year all that congestion coming in the main exit, people getting out of their cars with their suitcases. It was absolutely crazy, but just some helpful tips right here. Feel free to reach out if you've got any other questions, but just want to make sure that your holiday plans are going according to plan and very smooth. So far, so good at the airport this morning. No backups, but we'll have more throughout the rest of your Monday. This traffic report is brought to you by Tennessee Home Buyers. We'll be right back. See 247. The highest in the state down in Williamson County at 297. So as long as you're under that, you know you are getting a good deal. This morning, 5:38, still no crashes on our map. You love to see it. Of course, that is a mix of just schools out, people off of work, and just a lot of people still waking up before they hit the roads. If you're going to be leaving today or tomorrow, AAA says between 1 and 7. Those are the worst times, the most congested. If you can get the family out the door before 10 a.m., they say that's going to save you a lot of headaches there. If you are heading past Rutherford County this morning, 24 East near Waldron Road, you may pass some of this construction that's happening. This is going to be happening today and tomorrow. Again, 24 East at Waldron Road, they're going to be doing some milling and paving. Don't have to worry about it getting too backed up because they're still going to be leaving 3 lanes open here in this area. You're just going to pass those T-Dot crews on your way there. Here's a look on the north side. 60. Some of those lines to get things returned were already very long. We haven't even had Christmas yet. Haven't had all those gifts opened. So yes, just make sure you're planning before you go and just prepare to wait. Stop, slow, go traffic signals all in the green. One place you're not going to be waiting today anywhere on the roads because that traffic out there is very smooth going. Again, with schools out, we've got a lot of people off this week for the holidays, so just making a really nice start to our Monday. Still no big issues out there on the roads. We had a couple overnight crashes, but other than that, they have since been cleared. And if you were leaving early, about to grab those keys, maybe packing that suitcase last minute, having no issues getting out right now. Here's a look at some of those drive times if you're going to be passing through the Nashville downtown area, maybe heading south, heading north. Just want to make sure that you see what you're getting into, at least to get downtown. A couple others out there for you, but as you can see, nice and green. Hopefully it stays that way throughout the rest of the morning. This traffic report is brought to you by Ground Up Foundation Repair. And something else helping us, Henry, all the dry roads out there. Pine needles everywhere. Quite a mess out there, but if you're used to them, you know how to take care of them. Here's the roads. Crash map, all nice and clear. If you are headed out right now, no issues there. Here's a look 24 west of Old Hickory Boulevard if you're going to be passing through from Jolton and Pleasant View this morning into the downtown area. Or maybe you're going to be driving up to Clarksville, upstate Kentucky this morning, having no issues 24 east or west. Wanted to show you the airport one last time of what we're seeing from our T-Dot SmartWay camera. That top lane right there is going into B&A. I've just seen car after car go in there. Thankfully, no backup. It is still dark and early. May not be the case later today. Just make sure you prepare, plan plenty of time to wait in any lines. This traffic report is, I said, I got to go ahead and get that done. And boy, was it worth it. But the lines at some of those car washes, they were long. A lot of people, though, will take time to wash their car before they do head out. So understand that. Stops or go traffic signals 24, depending on the direction you're coming from. No difference, all in the green. I want to show you this site, though, 24 east near the Rutherford County line, Waldron Road. We've got some milling and paving work happening. We've got T-Dot trucks in the right shoulder. They say this is going to be happening till around 11 a.m. today and tomorrow. Always 3 lanes going to be open here while they're doing this work. They're hoping to get it done today and tomorrow before that holiday rush starts. AAA says that's going to start around 1 o'clock, last till 7. But AAA is saying if you can get out before 10 a.m. anywhere you're going, that's going to save you some headache, some frustration, some slowdowns. 24 coming into town. You can see it's a little bit busier, but I mean, my goodness, so much lighter than what we typically see on a Monday morning. Crash map is still all nice, but some people may have packed the car last night. They say, hey, I'm not dealing with any of that big holiday traffic, because AAA is predicting today and tomorrow to be the last days before Christmas that it's really congested on the roads. Then we're going to slow down on Christmas Eve and on Christmas. Then, of course, pick back up the day after when everyone's headed home. Down south, Williamson County, 65 south of 840 this morning. Just a lot of headlights out there, but no slowdowns. And here's a look north, Vietnam Vets Boulevard and New Shackle Island Road. Same situation here. That crash map, if you're just tuning in, still remains clear. I love to see it. Very unusual for us to still have a clear crash map, but hey, I'll take it any day. The traffic report brought to you by Ashley. Nick. Community. 6:24 on your Monday, just a few days before Christmas. I want to show you what it looks like over at the airport, because we know a lot of people are going to be traveling in the air as well as on the roads. Top lane right here into B&A. Starting to see it just really steady out this morning. We had a big rush about 30 minutes ago. Maybe some very early risers trying to get there to beat any traffic, but thankfully really nothing out there to worry about. Just know if you're headed to the airport, a lot of people travel around the holidays for the first time all year. 216A, that's the action I just showed you. You can always go one past that 216B or use the one Murfreesboro and Donaldson Pike to get in if you're starting to see that one back up just a little bit, because we know that is a reality, not this early in the morning, but usually later in the day, especially today and tomorrow. B&A says today is their last peak day that they're expecting a lot of people to come in, and then they'll see it again on Friday, the day after Christmas, and then also the day after New Year. So just a heads up, some tips that we've got for you here. Make sure to utilize that cell phone waiting lot. It is kind of frustrating to go about 7 minutes out from the airport, but we're going to help everyone else, if you're able to get over there, to not circle around, and that's what creates a lot of those long lines. So just be prepared, plan ahead, try to leave early if you can, understand if you can't, but just know once you get inside the airport, it's usually pretty quickly rolling throughout there, just really slow to get in. The traffic report is brought to you by Electronic Express. So we'll be right back after this with more news and weather. It has been a very green morning for us all the way around. All green from 24 this morning, regardless of where you're coming from, southeast side, or maybe coming in from Clarksville this morning. Want to show you, though, some small slowdowns we have, not from anything causing major congestion, but if you're going east, so outbound from downtown on 24 this morning near the Rutherford County line. We've got T-Dot doing some milling and paving work in the right shoulder. Looks like they've got the right 2 lanes closed. This is something they're going to be doing today and tomorrow until 11 a.m. every morning. So 4 to 11. They started early, but they're always going to keep 3 lanes open. So our outbound traffic, if you were heading down to closer to the Rutherford County area, you're going to try to go past that for your holiday travel. Shouldn't be slowed down too much, but again, just know that that is there. Might tack on a few minutes as more people get on the road here once that sun comes up. Still 6:37. The crash map is clear. I don't know if I've had a morning in the past few months. We haven't had any crashes while I am working, watching that. We had some overnight ones. Those crews were really quick to respond, but as of right now, no issues. You're seeing a little bit of yellow here from the top on the north and then also southeast side of town, but really nothing to worry about. I'll have those drive times for you, Nick, here in just a few minutes. I want to show you the crash map. We have had one crash pop up in the Madison area, Old Hickory Boulevard and Rio Vista Drive. Just a heads up there. Still, our interstates remain clear, although I am seeing a little bit of a slowdown right here, 65 at the 24 junction. You can see a little bit of orange and yellow as folks are making their way into the downtown area. This is probably just some people going to work, some people up early trying to pass through downtown to their holiday destination. 65 in Trinity Lane, really nothing like what we typically see on a normal Monday. I mean, it's usually stop and go even without any kind of crash in the way. Right now you're seeing that traffic. There's some congestion out there, but it is flowing. No issues 65 north passing through this area. Wanted to show you some drive times though. If you are coming in White House, you're the only one slowed down 35 minutes, but hey, that's nothing major whatsoever. Other drive times out there, 24 making your way to the downtown area, 40 minutes from Franklin, 15, couple others there. Of course, these are going to get you into downtown, but you shouldn't have any issues getting in and around the Mid-State this morning. The traffic report is brought to you by Ashley, and a lot to thank. Henry keeps saying it, nice, dry, warm weather.